and welcome back to No Free Drinks. This is Lena D. So excited to be here. I can't believe we're on our third week since launch.
Hey.
So excited. And we've been getting tons of love. Thank you so much for those that have been listening. Thank you for the fan mail, feedback, the questions. We actually are going to have one of those today, which I'm super excited about. But before we get into all that, the fuck was going on last week? Rob Kardashian. What the hell? Can you guys, what?
I don't. This guy, man.
Just a sucker, man. He's a sucker. Like, no better way to put that. Like, he's a sucker.
Yo, did you see the gram where he came out and he started not bashing, but he started going in on Black China, and then T.I. got into it, right? And T.I. said, I forget what T.I. said. I think T.I. said something to the effect of, yo, like, you need to chill out, you need to stop, blah, blah, blah. Like, she got you. And then Rob came back and said, I don't know why you're coming on here. Didn't you pay Black China to have sex with, like, you and Tiny?
Like a threesome
thing?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Lord.
Shots fired. Like, that whole shit was just
T.I.
crazy.
didn't even respond after that. I was like, damn.
That confirms it.
Damn.
Yeah, Rob is like a real life cuckold. Like, this is just ridiculous.
I just don't understand why he must have been really in love, because everybody knew that this was going to happen.
Of course he was in love. But the thing is, though, like, Black China, she knew who her mark was. A low self-esteem guy who has lots of money. And it sucks. It sucks.
Was it love, though? Or did she just, like, put it down on him?
I think she did. I think it's a little bit of both, though. You know, sometimes.
No, I think it's really love. I think, like, the way that he acts, especially because he's so hurt, because somebody that wouldn't have cared, I don't think would have gone and trashed her like that. That was his breakdown moment, that he just couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't believe that after all he had done, this is how shit was going to go down.
That shit went left.
I don't know if it's love. If it is love, I feel slightly more sorry for him. But, I mean, all the signs were there. Like, dude.
He should have been listening to Dr. Ludacris, man.
Yeah, like, she's sleeping with everyone. Sleep with the entire team. You try to put a ring on it. You try to put a baby in her. Like,
well, he did put a baby in her. That baby's live and kicking.
Yeah, now she's set for 18 years.
Shit.
But I don't even think she takes care of her kids. Because even her first kid she's not, like, the baby's not with her.
No.
So obviously the dads are going to be taking care of the kids, which is probably better for the kids because the dads genuinely love them. And you can see that with Rob and stuff. It really sucks that in a way he just lost control.
Yeah.
Even if this is how it was going to go down, he could have handled it a little bit better. But
he handled it all right. He took all them cars back.
But he could have just done that and not blasted her vagina on Twitter and Instagram.
That's kind of a sucker ass move, though. Like, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, and then especially if you potentially get sued, because then her lawyer sent him something like, you've been put on notice. Like, chill out, Rob. Right. Like, you're doing the most right now.
Damn. And in California, I think it's called revenge porn. Revenge porn or something. I don't remember what it's called.
But here's the thing, though. And with that, this is what someone was telling me. It was like, because he put it out there and then she liked the photo, like, it's not really revenge porn anymore because she liked all those photos. All the photos that he put out there. She ended up, like, hitting that fucking like button on Instagram.
She fucked up. Can't be hitting that heart, man. Don't hit the heart, man.
Yeah, like, shit.
Well, that was her thing, but still, like, that should have never come to that.
No, it really shouldn't have.
Especially when, even if she had her shady ways and she wasn't 100% committed to him, they were still together. They were married. They were in a relationship. They were having kids together. And many times women do feel comfortable sending nudes and sexting and
if you're sending nudes, don't put your face in it. Just word advice. I love receiving them. Don't like sending them, but just don't put your face in it. Like, just neck down. I know what your face look like, just in case some shit like this goes down. You don't want your face to be in there.
Well, that's a way to protect yourself. But even then, it should never come to that. Because you're trusting that other person that they're going to take the nudes and jerk off. Like, Rob was doing in that text conversation, and that's fine. But it should never come to that. There's other ways that you can be petty about things, and revealing people's genitals is not one of them. So I was not.
There's one thing I'll congratulate Rob on, like the illicit conversation that he had where he said, "Yo, send me your pussy pic so I can jerk off to it." I'm like, "Yo, that's a true ass." There's nothing suck about that. I'm like, "Damn, he'd even edit that shit out." I was like, "You know what?"
He's like, "I don't care."
You know what? You got one thumbs up from Wesley. Just one. You don't got the two. You just that one.
1 out of 5. God damn. We gotta work on these other 4 thumbs.
Yo, God damn, you wild as fuck for that, but you know what? You a true motherfucker.
Oh man, well that's some crazy celebrity gossip. I just thought it was relevant to the stuff that we talk about because it's man, he should have known better. I'm not saying don't mess with her. I'm just saying be prepared for what is coming to you and just protect yourself.
The whole world was telling him don't do this shit.
I mean, yeah, when you come from like a well-known family like that, like I'm not gonna judge how they make their money, but like, yeah, you gotta protect your brand, you gotta protect yourself. Like, you can't be wifing up these Instagram models or like, come on, dog, like, do better.
Like Snoop Dogg said, you got licked, bro. You got licked.
Do better.
Do better.
But now I'm really excited just to get into our fan mail.
All right. I'm gonna read this fan mail. It is from Will from New Jersey. All right. He says, first time listener. I can't get enough of this podcast. It's very interesting. I can relate to the topics. Shout out to Brock Lee. Look at Brock getting Brock getting all the love out here.
All the love.
Where's that?
So far, so good. We'll see if that keeps up.
Wesley and Lena D love. Anyway, I've seen this many times on dating apps where women say, quote, "I'm only on here to make friends or solid friends," end quote. Last time I checked, this was a dating site, not a, quote, making friends new site, end quote. I interpret that as a nice way of saying they want to casually date, mess around, no attachments. I'd love to hear Lena D's opinions on the matter. Am I right on am I right, or is there another meaning when girls say they want to be friends on dating apps?
Oh, well, I love that the first question came to me. I'd love to give you my thoughts on it. So it's plain and simple. The reason women will put things like that on their profile, it is because they're basically looking to avoid any and all fuck boys. It's a fuck boy filter.
Damn.
They're not trying to mess around with somebody that just wants to hook up. They're not trying to waste their time. Their time is valuable. So in order to just cut the shit, they're like, hey, if you're not looking to actually be friends with me, we can never get down like that. So what your assessment of thinking that it's because they want to casually hook up or casually date or don't want strings attached, that's a wrong assumption to make. And if you're actually going after girls that have that or women that have that in their profile, then you're doing it wrong. You're just wasting your time because nothing, unless you're actually willing to put in the time for it, you're not going to really see anything out of it. So just be mindful of that. Women that are actually looking to just hook up use very different language in their profile. And I know that from experience because this is what I've used is, hey, I'm just looking to have fun, or just trying to see where it goes. Let's just meet up, blah, blah, blah. It's very much more loosely around having fun. And that communicates that you're in more of a mode to hook up versus somebody that's looking for new friends is actually looking for a relationship.
I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree there, Lena D. So I guess from a guy's perspective, shout out again to Will from New Jersey. I guess how does he know that woman or women in those profiles actually want to be courted versus just, hey, it's a Tuesday, I want a free dinner? Like, like how do you prevent yourself from potentially being just essentially friend zoned and don't want to, not going to single anyone out, but I have very good female friends who have said, yeah, like I've gone on certain first dates for meals. Like, how does Will from New Jersey like avoid that? There's no like way to like distinguish that from face value from the jump. So like, what's your advice on that if you have any?
So if he's really interested and if in her profile it says that she's looking to be friends, then approach it as wanting to be friends. If you're going on a first date, you don't have to take someone to dinner. You can meet up for coffee. You can meet up and just grab a drink, or you can meet up and walk around the park. If you're going to be outdoors, it's the summer. You can have different types of dates. You don't have to go and take someone for a full-fledged meal. Second of all, this one is going to be a little bit more controversial, but if we're friends, I never pay for my friend's dinner.
Oh, hey, man. I was just about to say that. I was about to say, like, yeah, you could put this little friend tidbit in your bio, but I don't pay for my friend. So, yeah, you paying for your own.
But you don't got to be a dick about it. It's just like, well, we're getting to know each other. Let's go Dutch. That's it.
I don't know. Like,
I don't know, Drake, no new friends. I don't know about this shit.
Yeah.
But it's genuinely somebody that you would have to be interested in. That's why my first piece of advice was, if you see that in a profile and you're not willing to put in the time for that, just run away.
Okay, so be prepared for like the potential time commitment.
But there is going to be a time commitment for somebody that says that they're wanting to be friends. They're going to want to get to know you a little bit more. It's not going to be fucking by the third date, or definitely not fucking on the first date. So it's just somebody.
Fourth date, maybe?
You're probably pushing it. It's just somebody that wants more. They value their time, and they want to make sure that the person that they're going to be dating also values the fact that they're not playing games, that they're looking for something that's much more long term, much more committed, and they're willing to put that out there just because they don't want to waste their time. So it's frustrating for some guys because you're dating, and part of dating is, well, I just want to have sex too.
Hey.
But there's different women that want different things when it comes to dating for them. So as a guy, you just have to be savvy about being able to distinguish who that is and what they're looking for.
Interesting.
Y'all still don't. Y'all don't look convinced.
I don't trust it. Like, yeah. I just, to be honest, we'll just swipe left, left, hit the X. Like, it's not worth it. Like, it's, in my opinion, it's just too much of a guessing game. It's just way too much trust in a stranger.
Yeah, like, it just presents too much awkwardness. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
are we friends? Are we gonna hook up? Or are we just really just platonic friends? Because I got a lot of those. And do I need another one?
And I'm just operating your timeline. I'm like, I
don't want to be that guy that's like, oh yeah, this might be the time where we hang out and.
Well, there are dudes. Well, there are dudes out there though. There are dudes out there that don't want to fuck on the first date. They're waiting to wait because they feel that person is special, or they're building a special relationship.
That's so cute.
It's cute. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Oh, but I'm just saying, there's someone for everyone. And even though from your perspectives, it's, oh, well, I don't know if I'm wasting my time. Like, I'm not really looking for just a friend. I want to eventually have it get physical. There's women out there that want that. And then there's also dudes that are also trying to get something serious, and they're willing to do more of the courting and the friendship. It's all about reading what's out there and taking your cues and figuring out whether it works for you. And if you're not trying to date somebody for 5 times and spend all this money or spend all this time and you don't even know where that's going, then you shouldn't be dating that person.
And I think there's a fine line between friend zone and like crossing over into that relationship boundary. There's a very fine line.
Yeah. I think that's probably...
I think like when you're trying to get to that relationship, you're like one mistake away from being friend zoned. Like, I'm going to be honest and say that.
And I actually think that's a great topic for another episode. Okay. So we should talk about the whole friend zone concept.
Oh, friend zone? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all in this is that shit. But Lena D.
But I hope that was helpful. Yeah. Oh, I always get what I want.
Oh.
Always. But I hope that, Will, you find that helpful and that you're able to then use that information to filter out the bullshit from your point of view, because it doesn't sound like you're looking to just put in all this time. But just take the cues, take that advice, know that what you thought was being communicated is not what's being communicated. So just know that it's going to take a little bit longer to get to know someone that's really saying that they're looking for friendship on a dating profile.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Lena D. Hey guys, this is Brock. Thanks again for supporting us, and I hope the summer's going well so far. Summer equals some love from the interns. Hey. Be careful, though.
Oh, jeez.
And then, so I figured we'd just segue into, because of Will's questions, onto guys' perspective on what to expect from different dating apps. I've been on a bunch of them at various points in the recent times, so I just give like a little review on each of them. So I started with good old Tinder. Tinder's kind of like the...
And I think the good thing about this, though, it's because the question inspired this whole thought around, well, okay, yeah, that was something that was on a dating profile, but Will wasn't specific about which dating app. what type of profile, whether he actually went on a date. But what seems to be happening, just because there's so many different dating apps now, is that people go on different apps not really knowing what that app is really used for sometimes. So I thought that this would be great to just give some perspective on different apps based from a guy's point of view. So awesome that both Brock and Wesley are going to be sharing their perspectives. And of course, I'll give mine too, because I've been on my, decently minimal size number of apps too. So
yeah, thanks for that, Lena D. Yeah, so starting off with Tinder. So a lot of people use Tinder wrong. Tinder is almost exclusively
You're
for
doing
hooking
it wrong,
up.
man.
Like the times I've seen Tinder is like looking for a relationship, looking for Mr. Right. I'm like, you're on the wrong app. Tinder's essentially
sapiosexual.
Yeah. Like, no, Tinder's pretty much a hot or not, am I attracted to you? Can we carry on a conversation for an hour or two, get some cheeks? Either if it's good, you continue that on that path. If it's not, deuces. Although I will say,
get some dick too. The girls want
you get
some
some dick. Do you
Yeah.
get some dick, some vagina, both? Do whatever you want. Although I will say, I have dated two people and seriously offered Tinder, and I think that's purely because Tinder has the largest user base. So it is possible to find something serious in that, but that's more of a fluke, off chance. So like. And also the quality isn't as good as the rest of the apps. Take that as you want. Don't take it personally. But comparatively speaking, Tinder has the worst quality. Let's be honest. Another one that's very popular is Bumble. So I think Bumble has a lot higher quality. It's skewed more towards dating. They came up with a novel concept of where the woman has to start the conversation. But then it sucks when the woman, you get matched and then she doesn't start their message. So it's like a little fucking time bomb, because it's like, oh, you got 24 hours, 22, 20, 18.
Oh, that
5.
sounds so stressful.
I'm like, no, she's not going to respond. She's so bad if she's not going to
It's
respond.
like, can I poke you? What can I do? I'm here.
Yeah, and I remember one point I had premium. I'm like, okay, extend for another 24 hours. Come on, girl, you can do this. You can ride a hey. Just ride a quick hey. So Bumble is more of a serious one, but I kind of don't like that I can initiate, because I'm a very social person. I can hold a conversation, so it kind of sucks. There's nothing I can do. I'm just literally at this woman's whim.
But the thing is, though, at least you didn't waste your time taking her on a date. So it sort of is more efficient for you, too.
It is. It kind of like,
it's force efficiency.
Yeah, it's a pre-vetting process, so I can see that. But still, when you see them photos, you're like,
oh damn, she fine. Like, just say just say
Yeah.
something, anything. Damn it.
yeah, it's not that many Snapchat filters on her photos. Like Tinder, just regular photos. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
God damn it.
But yeah,
Big
Bumble,
eye
I have a sore spot for Bumble, but Bumble's more for like dating. The infamous League. So for those of you who don't know, the League is an exclusive quote unquote dating app where so I'll kind of talk through the process. So essentially you download the app and then you create your profile, and then now you're on a waiting list or a queue. And then what's kind of cool but kind of shitty, while you're waiting to essentially be allowed to join the app, you're in a waiting room where everyone else has been waiting. So theoretically, you can talk to other people in the waiting room while you're waiting to be admitted. However, the way they pick people is pretty superficial, I'll be honest. Like, I had a good buddy of mine. He had joined like probably a month or so before I had joined. And he was like, yeah, you'll be fine. Like, they pretty much pick based off of what school you went to, your function, your company name, if you have higher degrees. I have all of those. We're like, check. I got in probably within a month, which for me, I have ADD, unofficially diagnosed. Still kind of long. WebMD doctor right here. But yeah, some people in the waiting room for fucking 2 years. I'm like,
that's a long ass
2 years
time.
to get into the league.
yeah, like, dude, give up. Do the man. I'm like, you're
they're
not
still
gonna
checking
get it.
every.
Checking. I'm like, you're not getting in.
It's like you've been rejected.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're on a permanent waiting list.
Yeah, you're not getting in. Like, just give up. Just give up. And then yeah, the League kind of similar to Bumble, higher quality. It's more skewed towards dating. However, here's the catch. Not only do you have to be on a waiting list to get in, you only get about 5 matches a day on the freemium. Then of those 5 matches, they're not always people. Sometimes it's an event that's coming up.
Wait, one of the matches is not a person?
Yeah, it's an event. So it'd be like Halloween party, New Year's Eve party. So you get like 3 or 4 chicks and like, hey, we're going in Hamptons. And like, no, that doesn't help me. That does not help me. So that's another thing.
They're making you fend for yourself. It's like, here, go here. And then find someone.
It's just way too much work. And then lastly about the league. So then once you finally get your like couple matches a day, then let's say I click, I'm interested in Vicky, because Vicky's the homie.
Hey.
Then it'll say, which is kind of creepy, it'll be like 53 other people liked Vicky. She will see this match, and then it tells you how long. It's 6 days. So then it takes like another week for her just to see it. It just takes way
too long.
I've only been on probably 1 date on the league because of that like whole like, I was like, I'm over it.
It's like you're put in a holding pattern the entire way through.
Yeah, I have no patience for that shit. Like, it's no patience to wait that long. Coffee Meets Bagels, another one. I think that's kind of a mix. It could go either way, hookups versus relationships. Although they have this currency called beans, which I hate. Also don't drink coffee. Nothing to do with that, but yeah, like it's so you fill out a profile and then they send you a couple matches a day of people who match like your preferences, and then you can say yay, pass or fail to each one. Then you also have a discover feature where it'll be someone who is like not perfectly aligned with your preferences, and you can spend your beans on them. The problem with that, at least in my experience, there's been times where people spend beans on me, but then they still don't talk. I don't understand this with dating apps.
What the fuck?
Wait, how do you spend and then not want to engage in conversation?
Story of my life. It just makes
that's so frustrating.
No sense. So once again, this is like, ugh. And I believe that one also expires. So it's just like, no, what could have been?
There's so many teasing. So much teasing.
Lots of teasing.
All this blue ball action. Damn. I feel bad for you guys.
It's hard out here. That's why you gotta have a lot of apps.
Hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, 2 more apps. As I have almost all of them. You gotta have all these apps.
It's like, how do you keep track of them? There's so many.
All these apps.
I had one group on my iPhone, just like, all right, bang, dating apps, constantly check in. Another one is Happen. So Happen is for those of you who don't know, is a proximity based one. So as long as both people have Happen and you're in the same location, it'll say you just cross paths with this person, and then it'll start.
That's creepy.
It is, yeah.
That's so weird. What are you supposed to do? Chase them down the street?
So I never understood why they did that. I've never had too much success on Happen. I know a couple friends who have. Yeah, and it'll tell you to like the feet. It'll be like 500 feet away. Someone's like,
it's like you're searching for Pokemon.
Hey.
Oh yeah, hey, Pokemon Go version of dating. Yeah, trying to do this gym battle, aka great sex session. But yeah, so that's a little weird one. The interface is kind of like Tinder, where it's like pictures and what you do for a living. So that one's kind of similar.
But so you didn't really meet people off of that one?
I didn't meet anyone off of that. That's the one where, yeah, it's kind of sketchy in premise. Sounds promising though, because you don't really have to do anything because they just pop up on your own feed just by walking past them. But yeah, it never really translating to anything. But I do know a lot of people who've had success on that. And my last one I would say is Hinge. So Hinge, 2 parts. So there's original Hinge about a year plus ago, which I hated. Then they did a relaunch. They revamped the entire UI user interface in about October last year. Love that one. So it's kind of like a story. So it'd be, I think, up to 9 pictures, and it'd be fun facts. It'd be like my most embarrassing moment, favorite songs, favorite book. And then, so you can like a photo or you can like a little tidbit, and you can write a comment on it. So it's kind of like a icebreaker without actually matching on them. So it's kind of like, I kind of like the tidbit. I kind of like that that spin on the dating app. So UI wise, I like Hinge a lot. However, they just never really had the user base like a Tinder or a Bumble. But for those 3 months when they relaunched in October and they was giving out that free premium, that shit was awesome. cheeks. That shit was awesome. It's like everyone was on it. But yeah, once you start having to get people to pay, like the well just dried up real fucking
bummer.
quick. But yeah, so that's kind of my my reviews on different dating apps. And then yeah.
So based on all of those, you would say that your go-to relationship app would be which one?
My go-to relationship app currently would probably be Bumble. In terms of quality and response time. The other ones is just, I don't know, like
a lot of ducks.
You got to pay for stuff. Nah. And then my go-to hookup one has always and will forever be Tinder. Like, it's just like in the bathroom, like, cool, I got these 5-10 minutes. Like, just thumb game strong. Like,
Got the rapid finger.
Rapid fire, man.
Sonic the Hedgehog type action.
Thumb is strong.
Thumb is strong.
Let me defend this because I know from experience that women spend like 10 hours on each person, like dissecting, zooming into pictures, seeing what he does. So you guys already vet us. So by me doing this rapid fire, I've already been vetted by you
and a bunch of other people.
Exactly. And then
same damn time.
And then it kind of sucks if we match. I don't like you and I unmatch. But I try to make that quick and painless. So as soon as I get a notification, check real quick. Like, don't really like a swipe left, delete, unmatch. But
so that's your version of blue balls. The girl's like over here, like, oh, we matched, and then she's about to say something, and you're just like, just kidding.
Yeah, that's why I try to make it quick, within 5 minutes usually.
Damn.
Oh man.
Beans. So I think that'll be beans. You and your beans. Now you have me saying
cool
beans.
Fucking beans.
Oh man.
How about you, Wesley?
Wesley. All right. So I've only used a couple of apps, and I got stories behind them. Yeah.
Oh man, these sound like some great stories.
Yeah. So Tinder, just to follow up with Brock, Tinder is kind of like the go-to because I'm not looking to have a relationship with anybody out here. I'm just looking, let's be honest, I'm looking here to be a fuckboy. So yeah.
Smash and dash.
Smash and dash. That's me. So with that being said, I will say that I've tried to game a system once and that backfired on me completely. And then there's another real strange story that come around with that. And then there's Plenty of Fish. Oh Lord. Let me start with Plenty of Fish. First of all, Plenty of Fish is a mixed bag. There are people on there. I can see why people don't like to fuck with it. Because when you're on there, the UI is not very intuitive. You kind of have to study the UI a little bit. To get through to what you want to do. And they have this Tinder-like, I guess, UI where you can swipe left and swipe right. Okay. But when you do that, the other person may match or may not match. You can still reach out to the person. It's very geared towards you to pay for it because a lot of the features that you would get with a Tinder, you don't really get so much with Plenty of Fish because of the way it's the way it's situated, I should say. Okay. So I can see why people don't fuck with it a lot. It's just really sketch because a lot of the women's profiles are not who they say they are. Even one time, a couple times, I was I ended up chatting with a couple of women who turned out to work for escort service.
Ooh, try to get them.
Yeah, so like we're talking, everything's all good, and then they'll be like, "Oh, check me out on this site or this Instagram page," and then in their bio they say that, "Oh, I work for XYZ escort service at this location." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't fuck with you no more." So, but I did go on one date with a person that I met on Plenty of Fish. And with that person, she ended up being, let's just say this. I went out with her the first time. I said something that she didn't like, and she just told me to lose her number. The second time it happened, she ended up stalking me on LinkedIn, and
oh geez,
and it didn't work out again.
LinkedIn is not a dating app. Just putting that out there.
Yeah. I have had people contact ex-girlfriend on LinkedIn trying to like hook up with her.
No, it's not.
It's the sketchiest shit ever.
Anyway, she needed to go. So.
Yeah, she needed to go. So that's another story all in itself. I've tried out OkCupid. OkCupid is a mixed bag, but I think it's more geared towards relationships. And I tried to game the system, like the dickhead that I am.
Putting cheat codes out there.
Yeah. So what OkCupid tries to do is that they make you take this personality test, and I did that whole. I believe it was 200 questions or something like that.
Oh,
they try to gauge your personality. It's just like yes, no. Would you do this? How many times? Yeah, it's still kind of like long and extensive, but it's just like, oh fuck. All right, fine. So I went out on a date on OkCupid, and turns out we had nothing in common. When I say nothing in common, absolutely nothing in common. To a point where...
So wait, you just didn't answer any questions. You were just like, I'm ready.
No, I answered the questions. So after you answer the questions, what ends up happening is that they give you a percentage on who's who. Like when you look at a person's profile, they give you the percentage on how much you'd be in common with this person, blah, blah, blah. So I go out with this person or whatever, and we didn't agree on anything. As a matter of fact, on the date, it was like partly cloudy outside. We argued about what color the sky was.
Oh my goodness.
That's how bad it was, because she wanted to be right all the time. And if there's anything that people know about me, it's just that
you got to be right all the time.
Yeah, no. I'm all about like 50-50. Like, yo, I'll take the blame because it's my fault. If like you take the blame. I'm like, chick, the sky's blue. She's like, no, it's like a blue-green. I'm like, no, it's blue.
That's just extra.
It was just like, and that one question became the staple of the whole date. She's like, I can't believe you can't even tell what the color it is. I'm like, you know what?
That sounds catty as fuck.
I'm done. Ghost.
Now, did you
time to ghost your dumbass.
Did you lie on these questions?
About 80% of these questions I told the truth. 20% of them I lied on. Backfired.
Backfired
you picked the wrong 20% to lie on.
Yeah. I picked the wrong 20%. She was, it was just, yeah. And I went on 2 days with her. What I'm talking about.
Wow, you still went back for more?
No. The time that I'm talking about is the second date, because the first date she was okay. And then the second date, it was just like, all bets were off. Like she just
she just went all out.
She just went all out. She needed to be right on everything. So I was like, all right, you know what? Ghost. So yeah, and then the staple for me is Tinder, although because of the fact that OkCupid and POF is just sketch to me. OkCupid is like, it's for relationships. I don't want a relationship. So that's that. So Tinder's always been like kind of like the staple, the go-to. There's a big user base out there. So it's just like, okay, there's 8 million people in New York City. So it's like, I got to match with somebody at least that doesn't want a relationship. And I tend to meet the people who do want the relationships. By then,
womp.
their fuckboy senses already have been tingling to the extreme, and they've already ghosted me or I've ghosted them. So it kind of works out. So I said about average, it usually lasts about 4 to 6 weeks. And then it's just like, oh shit, my fuckboy senses are tingling. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I shall teach you how to mask your fuckboy
senses. My thing is, it's like it's I'm about to use a big word, perpetuity. I'm trying to get this to last as long as possible, but then I end up doing some shit that's way too direct. That's just like, or very overt. That's like, he's not for me. Time to leave.
This isn't going to turn into anything.
See myself out.
So those have been my experiences. I personally prefer Tinder, but like I said, I'm a different kind of person that doesn't want a relationship. I just want to be a fuckboy. I still kind of want to be a fuckboy, so it's just like, doesn't matter.
So Tinder's your go-to.
Tinder's my go-to. I just hate that you have to pay for more swipes. You got to pay for all the cool extra shit.
I pay for Tinder.
You're like, see, but you get that stupid discount.
Yeah, so quick side note, Tinder. So when Tinder Premium first came out, I was in Mexico for EDC. It was like their second year in Mexico City. And so when it first came out, it's based on location and age. And so I guess they're like Mexico. I'm not saying Mexico is a third world country, but I guess Tinder algorithm thought Mexico was a third world country.
So it's like you get the deep discount.
Yeah, so I only pay $1.99 a month for Tinder Premiums. I'm like, I can't even buy a drink for that cost. So I'm like, I'll take it.
People over here suffering $19.99 a month. Shit. Get all them super likes and shit like that.
Crazy.
So, And then along with Tinder, because I won't say I'm a dumbass, but I download another app that tells me who's like me, so I don't have to go through and swipe. So I'm a lazy swiper. Like, Brock is like the super swiper. I'm one of the guys that's like,
sounds like you're doing an investigation.
Yeah, I gotta investigate.
Trying to find what's going on in the background.
Yeah, I gotta see what's going on.
You're probably like looking at them before you even swipe right.
Yeah, I gotta do that because it's like I said, like while the user base is big, there are a lot of ducks out there too. So it's just like,
use a stalker.
So Tinder's my go-to. So
okay,
yeah.
Cool. So far, Tinder 2 for 2, the hookup app. I mean, nobody's gonna like this because I'm about to talk about Tinder 2, and my assessment is pretty much on par with what you guys are saying on my end. So I've used Tinder to date both sides of the field. I've dated women on Tinder. I've dated men on Tinder. So my experiences with men have been easy. I found Tinder to be very easy to find other men that are in open relationships. So they have an arrangement where, hey, it could just be a hookup thing. That's what I'm looking for because I'm in an open relationship. And then I found other dudes that are cool with the whole, because I'm open in my Tinder profile. I say I'm in an open relationship, already in a relationship, not looking for anything serious, just for fun.
Must come a long dick.
And gray sweatpants.
You're going to learn today.
Wear your hoe outfit on our first date.
The male hoe outfit. A black wife beater with gray sweatpants.
You don't look like no Chippendales going on.
So Tinder's been awesome to find other men that are similar in interest, aren't looking for commitment. However, when I tried to find women that would be cool with the same situation, and I was like, oh, well, this is easier because, they'll understand I'm being open, whatever. Fail. Every single woman I went on a date with was looking for a relationship. And they're like, well, I can understand that you guys have this arrangement right now, but I don't think that's for the long term. So we can be friends. Yeah. And then if something comes up with you guys, we can find and do something else. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? I'm like, this whole I'll wait for you thing, too much. This whole I'll change your mind about your situation, too much.
Sounds like a Disney love movie.
It was just too much. And I felt bad because I thought I was being 100% open that I'm not looking for a relationship, that I'm only looking to hook up because I'm already in a committed relationship. I don't need another one. So it's just, I just felt really bad. And because I'm not even trying to lie. And then there's all these dudes out here that are trying to lie about what their intentions really are. Hey. And you have women on Tinder thinking they're actually going to find an actual relationship out of being on Tinder. So ladies, just if you're on Tinder actually trying to get a relationship, just don't do it. Tinder should be your hookup app. Like, hey, I'm just looking for a fuck buddy tonight. Or like, hey, I'm just looking to have some fun, like nothing serious. Tinder's awesome for that. Don't use it for finding relationships because the whole clingy behavior doesn't help you at all. You can't. I also did one time, and this was like me not genuinely actually trying to use it for dating. It was just more a joke that I had with my boyfriend about, let's go on and see what this thing is like, because they kept advertising Match.com all the time. And they were also coming out with a new app that you could use as well. That shit is serious. Like, it's some serious commitment. You have to answer hundreds of questions, fill out all these profile things. There's multiple choice. There's fill-ins. There's like the profile pictures.
Yeah,
like
not happening.
It is a commitment. So granted, you have to pay for it, but obviously some of these other apps that you all talked about, you also have to pay for to get more of the better features.
Right.
But Match.com, I would say, if you're really looking for that, that's going to be your go-to dating app, just because it takes so much time. I can't see a man going through all that stuff, or anybody going through all that stuff, if they're not looking for a serious relationship.
Not Brock. No.
So that's one. And another really cool app that I've used that not a ton of people know about, which is one of the drawbacks of it, is called Feeld. It's spelled Feeld. And it's basically an app that helps you find your third person for your sort of open relationship, threesome types of deals. Used it a few times, but it was just launching about a year ago, maybe. And their user base was just so small. Like all the women that we were interested in were freaking in Maryland or in Texas. And I'm like, well, I'm not going there anytime soon. This kind of sucks.
Wait, so is it for a couple looking for a third, or is it a third looking for a couple?
It's all of the, so it's basically couples can mean couples, because you can create a profile as a couple or as a single person.
Ooh.
So you can, and then you can.
Download this after the podcast.
He's like, I got my phone in my hand right now.
Got this Wi-Fi popping.
So that one it was cool. The concept was really cool. It was just that they're like all the people that we were interested in were nowhere around us. So it really sucked from that end. So for those open relationship people that have a non-traditional type of relationship, there are apps up there too that can help you. I think usually it's probably easier to meet someone in person with that stuff. But if you don't have time for that, there's also an app for it. So at the end of the day, I would say limited exposure with apps. Match.com for sure if you're looking to try to find someone. It is going to be paid, but I feel that the quality of it's going to be a lot better just because you have other people that are willing to pay. And for Tinder, I have to go on this mission where people just need to know that Tinder is still just the hookup app.
Cheeks. Like, stop trying to make it what it's not. Just straight cheeks.
But I think that's the appeal. There's so many people on it. They're like, they figure they'll find the diamond in the rough that wants the relationship.
Man. No.
But
the diamond wants to remain rough.
Yeah.
Don't polish it.
all those profiles that say, "Oh, I'm interested in sapiosexuals and I'm not looking to hook up." Like, you on the wrong platform, baby girl. Like,
you need to go
really
to fucking MoMA or something for that.
Yeah,
shit.
man.
For real. So, I mean, I found it frustrating when I was just trying to hook up and got people trying to wife me up and all this shit. I was like, no, I'm good.
Shit.
Trying to wait for me for like, well, it's been a year. And I was like, what year? It's like, girl, you better go date somebody else. I'm good.
Girl, you better find somebody.
So those are our reviews. I hope everyone found that helpful. That we got a different mix of some new apps, some old apps. But it's just know what you're looking for in terms of dating, whether you want somebody serious and a long-term commitment, or if you're just looking to hook up, just go to the right app so that you can have the best experience there is.
Of course. All right, everyone. Let us know what you think about our episode today, and feel free to let us know if you disagree with our evaluations of the dating apps. Hit us up on our Contact Us form at NoFreeDrinks.com, and we'll answer your question on air.
And thanks for joining us today at No Free Drinks. Don't forget that our episodes release every single Wednesday, of course, Hump Day. But the easiest way to stay in touch with us is to just subscribe to our podcast. And you can find us by searching No Free Drinks on your favorite podcast app. But for my Apple users, show us some love, especially if you love what you're hearing. Rate us and leave us a review. And specifically, if you're a big social media user, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. You can find us at _NoFreeDrinks. And in our bio, we have a link where you can easily connect to wherever we're playing our podcast, as well as our other social media platforms. And we hope that you loved today. Thanks for coming. I hope it was good for you too. This is Lena D. Kisses.
This is Wesley. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Hey guys, this is Brock. Make love, not babies.